Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to those of you around the world. Welcome to the daily Trade the Chain crypto update, where we give you everything you need to know for the next 24 hours and hopefully the next few days. Today is Wednesday, December 20th, and the crypto market is pretty hot this morning. Total crypto market cap up to 1.64 trillion, Bitcoin up 3.7%, ETH up 2.6%, total trading volume above 62 billion. ETH and Bitcoin sentiment a little bit down in the doldrums, but average daily sentiment picking up from yesterday, and total tweet volume is up. We got a lot of coins ripping. STX and Near are two big ones, and this DIA, I'm not entirely sure what that asset is, but very bullish, looking very good. And it does appear that we did get a large batch of stablecoin inflows this morning as well, which is definitely a good sign and likely leading to some higher prices. So the issue is, Bitcoin daily sentiment definitely still down in the doldrums. This wouldn't surprise me too much. I did see a lot of top calling and bearishness on the chart or on Twitter yesterday, but we're obviously still above that 40 number, curling up a bit as well, trading volume picking up. So nothing really to worry about there. ETH definitely a little bit more worrisome, but had this sharp dip this morning, but is curling back higher again. A lot of bearishness on the TL yesterday. I'm not too concerned about this considering, where price is, but definitely worth, noticing that ETH sentiment still more bearish compared to Bitcoin, which probably makes Bitcoin the better asset to trade in the near term. So looking at DXY, continually getting rejected at this resistance level. So probably going to end up seeping down lower into next week. We, of course, have PCE on Friday. So we did mention that Monday. We didn't talk about it yesterday, but still, good to be aware of PCE. Everything's expected to come in lower, which is very positive. Should be a bullish data print on Friday, but always something to keep a lookout for. So I would assume PCE would be, a data point that'll probably drop DXY again. But maybe we don't get too much, volatility out of it. But obviously DXY heading lower should be good for risk markets. So looking at equities, as I spoke about, if we broke above 47.50, probably would target that 48.20. We continue to get higher. I told the TTC community, if it breaks these local highs, then it will just, it'll do another leg up. Kind of looks to be doing that now. We have not seen that confirmation of the break above recent highs, but does look to be heading higher. Very good to know that we didn't even, tag this support level. We kind of front ran it. So that's definitely very supportive for the bulls, in my opinion. Bitcoin looking great as well. Remember, we talked about that trade with this stop right here, and you traded up to at least this level, maybe this level. That trade obviously worked out. We talked about that live on stream yesterday. Told the TTC community today, if you can get above the 43.8 level, you can then target 44.5, which was those local highs from back in early December. So it does look like we're on that trajectory. Definitely want to see it, end up grabbing that area. It could drop back down to 43.8. We would like to see that area confirm. Remember, 43.8 is the high from the previous week, the week of December 10th. So definitely want to continue to see that hold. But if you kind of look back toward talking about Monday range, remember that's the Monday low, this is the Monday high. Remember, we talked about the trade up to the Monday high, possibly higher. If it held the Monday high, it would go higher. It's exactly what it did. So anyone who followed that advice, kudos to you. Hope you won that trade. But definitely tough to really enter a trade here. But I would be shocked if Bitcoin doesn't, make its way up to that 44.5, 44.6 level by the end of today or by tomorrow. Looking at ETH, obviously much weaker. And if we look at ETH BTC, it has dropped. And we did talk about this level last week. Probably not the worst place in the world to throw a long out, because every time it has tapped this level, it has ended up skyrocketing higher. So if you are entering along, you would set your stop down here at the low from December 6th, which I believe looks to be about 05088. So you would set your stop there and you try and ride it higher. Definitely a very risky play, but your risk is very defined at this level. You have a very low loss for a high reward. So, definitely not anything that I'm really, telling you that you should take, but I'm just saying that the risk is there to lose 0.2% to possibly make, 8 to 9%. So definitely a trade, definitely not the best trade, but it is a trade. So back to ETH, let's go ahead and, drop it down to the 1 hour again. So told the TTC community, if you can get above this level right here, you can make it up to this level. And then obviously if you break above 2275, you can start to kind of close this whole gap right here. It obviously has been, it's been currently unable to break above 2254, which is that level that it needs to break above to get to 2275. But definitely fighting the good fight. I would assume if Bitcoin, muscles its way up to 44.5, 44.6, ETH will probably be around 22.75. But again, ETH has been much weaker than Bitcoin. It is probably going to take a bit of a prayer to set it higher. But basically, moral of the story is get above 22.55. You'll make it up to 22.75. Get above 22.75. You'll make it up to 23.55. Get rejected from 22.55, meaning we fail again. Probably going to drop back to 22.24. So very simple there for ETH. I don't really have a great trade here. I guess, if you were zealous, you could, try and take that short, but I don't think I like it. Technically it is there. But, if Bitcoin does end up heading higher, then you will probably end up getting cut down. So I don't really like shorts, haven't really been messing around with any shorts. It's long season. And so you can keep that rolling. So a couple of coins that I have on my list of tracking, they're kicking ass today. Talked about these a while back in the TTC community, but STX is one up 30% today. INJ did very good last night. Another one that I'm keeping an eye on, Metis is doing a $150 million eco fund, just like INJ did. So I'm expecting some explosive growth out of that soon. SEI ran pretty hard, but doesn't look like it's going to do much in the near term. It probably will. So, we'll pull it up, but I definitely think that this looks like a little bit of consolidation. Maybe it goes vertical consolidation and does something like that. Or maybe it flattens out a little bit like this, but I would definitely say you can probably look for other coins other than SCI, at least in the near term. Sol back above $80. Maybe, every time it's made those higher highs, it's gotten cut back down. So I wouldn't get too excited about Sol, but definitely worth keeping an eye on if it confirms above this level, meaning if we drop back, hold this and head higher, probably not a bad scalp long. And then another one, AVAX up 10%. Kind of pulling the same thing Sol is, maybe it makes it up here, gets above that high. So maybe target 46, 47, something like that. So just a couple, obviously this hinges on Bitcoin continuing to head higher, but we do it. And, if you are getting in longs or whatever, always smart to be aware of that resistance level. So if it does make it up here, probably see a little bit of selling up there. And that could, obviously negatively affect some longs. So probably better to just be patient as it is right now. We called some good longs yesterday. Obviously, they're still playing out today. So probably best to be patient. But, probably best to put the short button away, keep the long button out, take those good opportunities and hold spot back. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get out of here today. So good luck. Happy trading. See everybody tomorrow.